Today I want to discuss an operation system of Linux, and we will study to make some simple operations such as copying some files and creation directory and copying the whole amount of files within the target directory or folder. And let's write our basic task that will be realized now. First will be the copying some files or creation directory. Let's write it. Create directory. Create folder. This session can be useful for users that haven't been ever heard about command lines and previously have always been working using only the mouse button. At the beginning of using a Linux operational system, we will have some difficulties, but further, after some months of hard practice and solving some simple tasks, you will understand that this method of working and communicating with computers is the most simple form of communication. It will be independent from graphical user interface or GUI. And now let's start to make some simple tasks. Everything should be rather simple, and then I will give some lessons that will represent much more difficult operations. As the first, we'll create some folder. Second, we will copy files. Oh, let's call this folder files 1. This will be our folder. Then we will copy all files from folder files to another folder files 1 and 3, and then we'll delete folder files 1 and all files within this folder. And let's start from the beginning. Create folder files 1. Now I have logged to some Linux server. About the method of logging I'll tell you later. And now I will create folder with the name files1 and add dir this command create a folder, and let's type the name of the new folder, files1. Okay, I'll have already created it, and this exists where I have gained a notification. In another case, you will not gain any notifications. They're really simple. Let's go to the second task. Copy all files from folder files1 to from folder files to folder files1. And let's see what content do we have as the folder files. Okay, let's come to this folder. I'll type the command cd and request to the new place. And here, why you see that this folder is marked here. Now I can see the content of this folder using the command ls. And I see that I have here some file /xlsd. And let's now create some additional file. For example, touch That will help us to create a file, empty file with the name that we'll type here. Boom, boom, boom. SFF, for example. And let's now watch the content of this folder. It's 23 XLS18 and so on. And now we want to copy the whole the folder with its content from, for example, files 2, files 1. And let's do it. There are, for example, in the phone. This can be done in different ways, but now I'll show you the most simple way. I'll go at one directory or folder up for growing the simplicity of my actions and make some operations further. cd. And now I'll type R. It means the recursively copying files 1. And now let's make operational copying. And I have started to type some commands like files 1. But if we have the folder with name files1, these folder files will be copied into this folder. But if we don't have this folder files1, we will gain a new folder with the same content as the first one. For example, let's type and see the result. I mean, if we have folder files1 files, and each has some files, 1 XLS and 2 XLS, and we have folder files1. The result of typed previously comment will follow to the creation of new folder files within already realized folder that is saved on the disk. But if we don't have the folder files1 at all, the previously typed command will follow to the creation of this folder files1, and the content of this folder files1 will be the same as by the folder files. It may be not enough clear at the beginning, but let's show it on the example. I have deleted previously at the beginning created at the beginning folder, and now let's type it. Let's see what we have done now. So there, files1. Let's come here and see what structure does this folder have. LS. And we see that the folder files1 has the same structure as the folder files. See, files1 files. 2 files. And now let's repeat previously given operation. cp error. Let's type it again. Okay, and what we will have as the result. cd files1. You see that we have the previously copied files, and we have copied this directory, the full directory, to this folder. Now let's remove folder files1 with operation rm error. It helps us remove the directory recursively with the full content of the directory. And let's see the result. Let's type clear which will give us the free screen. We have deleted this folder, files1. We have deleted it previously, and we will see there's no such file directory. And let's repeat our operation. Let's copy the whole content of the folder files to folder files1. See? Okay. During the operation of copying, we have created this folder, and now we can see the content of the folder. Let's come there, files1, and let's see what we have done. Okay, we have two files. Let's copy further. Let's delete this folder with the whole content, typing files1. And let's try to come there again, and we'll see that there's no file directory. Let's repeat operation again. cp r files1. And I want to mark a new additional property of the Linux is saving of all our type commands, and we can browse them using arrows up, down. And let's make a again. Come there. See, structure is the same, and so on. Let's come up. We type clear. Clear will give us the free screen. Only it helps us to represent the information much more useful. And let's repeat the operation of copying, but without deleting this directory. Okay. And now we see that within this directory we have, in addition to two files, a directory of files. We can come again and see that the directory files with the whole content was absolutely copied to this folder. And using these commands like cd, less, etc., we have realized of our task of copying the content of a directory of files to files1. Thanks for your attention.